It's a Sportsplug podcast, and it's about that time for us to go over what we've been waiting to go over. You already know it's the NBA playoffs is gone. The NBA playoffs, the lottery, and free agency's coming up. So first and foremost, we're gonna go over the lottery. That went down. What was it, guys? 2 nights ago. Last 2 nights ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me go over before we get into it because everybody's got their opinions and we all want to talk about. We'll go over who got what picks real quick. The first pick did go to New Orleans. The second pick went to the Memphis Grizzlies. The third pick went to the New York Knicks, losers. The fourth pick went to the Lakers. The fifth pick went to Cleveland. Sixth pick went to Phoenix. Seventh pick went to Chicago. Eighth pick went to Atlanta. The ninth pick went to Washington. The 10th pick went to Atlanta. The 10th pick was the pick that, yes, my dumbass hoped the Mavericks would have got in the lottery, but they did not, so they forfeit that to Atlanta. The 11th pick goes to Minnesota. 12th to Charlotte. 13th to Miami. And Boston got the 14th, so their plan failed as well. Bshaw, go ahead and kick it off. Go ahead and kick it off real quick, Sean, and jump around.
First thing I got on the screen, and I love you said that I had the draft odds, and so me and you had a debate a long time ago about, is tanking bad? And we found out Thursday night tanking is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so these were what the odds were supposed to be, and most of those teams finished outside of the top 5. So shout out to the NBA for punishing tankers. Let me come to you first. Dollars, man. What you think about the lottery? You think is gonna make the best pick and have the most impact?
Man, I think it's gonna be either really first off, ha to the Lakers. They ain't get that number 1 pick. I gotta laugh at them niggas because they swore they were finna get the number 1 pick.
Don't trust them LA niggas over there.
The Knicks are a bunch of losers, you know what I'm saying? I don't like none of the East Coast, so ha to you niggas. Man, but I think, honestly, bro, I still think that RJ Barrett might be the best pro in the, you know what I'm saying, in the draft, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I think Memphis gonna come up with Ja. He gonna have a point guard to learn from. And of course, Zion is going number 1, of course. You know what I'm saying? Man, but I think RJ Barrett in New York, dog. I think he might ball out there. I really do.
Bradshaw, man, what you think about the lottery? Give me somebody, and then I can pull up a little mock draft for the people. Or I had a mock draft for the people. But
I got it over here. You can ask me. I'll tell them what it is.
Zion in New Orleans. I wonder if. I don't know how y'all think about the rumors or whatnot, but do y'all don't think nothing's swaying AD to stay there? You think Zion's just gonna?
Nah, he leaves.
He's gone.
I think
he's gone.
Get the Lakers.
Can I ask you a question, Bshaw? If you were a superstar in the league like AD, you haven't won. You're that cold. Would you trust the rookie to help you get? Huh? Okay, yes, I'm saying. Would you trust? I'm just saying everybody that brings that up and says, "Oh, but they got Zion now." I'm like, if I'm a superstar, I ain't trusting the rookie to get me no ship. Like, help me get his ship. Like, that's not gonna happen. Magic was who was it? Magic the last one to make
Hey, you said it right. I ain't trusting a rookie to get me a ship. Like.
When does it happen besides Magic?
If the real amazement of the night is David Griffin has to be the luckiest man in the world. He definitely should go to Vegas or wherever and put all of the money in his bank. Like, how many people have got the number 1 pick? Like 4 times, like 5 times. This is
Anthony Bennett and got it again, nigga.
He got it again.
Like, got 2 generational players, nigga, in his career.
I will say this real quick while we're going over the draft. And to my conspiracy theorists out there, there's still some life because the NBA loves a story. Who won the Rookie of the Year last year, guys?
Somebody who wasn't a rookie.
Who's gonna win it this year? I'm misspoke. Who's gonna win it this year? Luka.
Yeah.
Trae Young.
Nah, like you told me, Sean. Hey, I'm gonna ask somebody. It's real easy. Chace, who gonna win the Rookie of the Year?
Luka.
Thank you. It's not gonna be Ice Trae or whatever you want to call him. But anyways, New Orleans.
I'll bet some shots on that.
Okay, we will.
What?
So
They
You
put
really
it
think
on the
Luka's not
board,
gonna
man.
win
I
the
you
think
Rookie of
got
the Year?
so
Hey, I
you
think
got
so
New
too.
Orleans and Memphis. New Orleans and Memphis are in the same division as the Dallas Mavericks. They did that on purpose. They're gonna have 3 of the top guys to come out in the past 2 years be in the same division for their
Along
careers.
with
That ain't no get. That's not and it's also funny to me, which I said that I thought the Mavericks would have ended up in one of these. I was wrong, but the funny thing is 2 teams in their division did. So it makes it look like, yo, the Mavericks, you can't have this riches, but we'll give the other 2 teams the division because it creates a storyline. These 3 young dudes are gonna battle it out for the next like 15, 20 years. And Harden's down there too.
and Pop.
And
You can't
DeJounte
never
Murray.
count San Antonio out.
DeJounte Murray's coming back. So it's gonna be a young division with a lot of talent. But
Chris, what you think about the lottery? What stood out to you? And do you think it's a deep draft? So let me just tell all of y'all, most analysts and mostly everybody in the NBA is saying it's a 3-man draft. After the 3rd man, it drops off. I obviously don't feel that way. Russell's shaking his head vigorously. He doesn't feel that way. Chris, what you think about the lottery in a total, and how do you feel about the depth after the top 3?
I feel like it's like any other year in a draft. I'll start with that part. Like it's always a couple of dudes who gonna turn out being all-stars. There's a couple of dudes who gonna turn out to be good role players, and there's probably a couple of late round picks who gonna end up shocking us at some point. But for the most part, I don't think it's no deeper or less deeper than any other years. Like a lot of these dudes might bum out. Like you just really never know.
it's not
But
06 or 03.
but as far as the
I mean,
lottery,
96. My bad. It's not 96 or 03.
as far as the lottery itself, I'm rooting for Atlanta. Like I want to see Atlanta turn it around, man. I like the Trae Young pickup. I wouldn't mind them getting young Jackson out of the UT out there with that first one. Bring him on out there. It seemed like Shaka keep finding lottery picks, but can't even get us in the tournament. This is crazy, man. You gotta get him up out of there. That's another story. But
So from what you said, Sean, which when they say the first, it says top 3 player
is
draft.
Jackson Hayes a top 5 pick?
No, I call it BS. I call it BS because this is bullshit because of this, y'all. Who's pick number 8 on most draft boards? It's Cameron Reddish. Now, if you ask all of the draftees who are coming in, they did a poll. And they said who was the hardest guy to guard coming in. And they have said, and these young 19-year-olds have given 2 guys that aren't on anybody's radar except the guys probably in this chat really are on the show. The first time they said it was during all those camps. They said it was Romeo. The second time they said it after college, they said Cameron Reddish is just different. They said something just different about that dude, and he's the hardest dude to guard. And if he goes number 8 to Atlanta, he has a chance to win the Rookie of the Year, bro. Like,
and Russ, I ain't even gonna front you. Hey, them niggas some haters. Like, if you can look me in the face and say Zion Williamson at 18 years old ain't the hardest person that anybody on the court has to defend. Like, bro, you just a hater. Like, I'm sorry. That's a freight train coming at you.
I think when they answer the question, like Zion's gonna have to deal with the Bron effect, just like Greek Freak deals with it. You just big. That's what a lot of people tell them big dudes. You just big. You ain't got no moves.
Say what you want to, but I'm saying if you put no players out there, it's just one-on-one, and this dude just gets to attack you, it's nothing you can do.
Hey, he gonna attack going left.
I'll say before we move on from the lottery, I was really happy about it because stop tanking, right? They showed these teams, man, you can't tank and get the number 1 and number 2 pick. Cleveland, Phoenix, New York. There's a few other teams that had really bad records.
And they need to extract some of these teams.
Washington Wizards.
We'll cover that in the summer, Chris.
No, it's a few teams that showed you that tanking is not the way, and they didn't get a top pick. So I'll be interested to see who's gonna go where and what people are gonna do. Also, New Orleans is in a great position, man. They could trade Anthony Davis for a top 4 pick and players, or they can try to keep them and work things out. Either way, they're not going to lose in the situation they're in. They're in a spot. And
I don't think they're going to keep them, but I do think if New Orleans was smart, if they were smart, they would call New York
Yep.
Say you can have AD for your number one pick, and I'm going to get R.J. Barrett and Zion Williams.
I would not get R.J. Barrett.
I don't trust R.J. either. But if he's on the same team as Zion, I trust him.
Not me. He just gonna shoot up a bunch of shots. I don't want him in Zion.
I want a nigga that's gonna make it hot.
Yeah,
I think you gotta draft Ben Simmons, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
He ain't gonna shoot no shots.
I think you gotta understand what NBA ball is a little bit different from college. So Zion is gonna be great, right? Like, and Chace kind of alluded to it, but out of the gate, like fresh out the gate, R.J. Barrett is going to be head and shoulders over these guys because he can score the basketball. He's been playing his whole life.
Now, as we are gushing over R.J. Barrett,
I'll argue the difference.
I'll say this though: out of all the players in the top 5, out of all the players in the top 5 or top 6, I guess, because each draft board is different, the one that scares me most to draft, real talk, is R.J. Barrett because he's either going to be boom or he's going to be bust. He's not going to be just a contributor.
That's everybody.
I don't know because
everybody, Russ.
No. I'm saying bust as in like he's not even going to be on the squad. Like he's either going to be very successful. I don't think he's going to be one of these guys that's just going to be like a good role player on a team.
R.J. Barrett
is gonna play.
He's gonna average 18 points or more a game next year because he's a professional scorer. And that's what he does. He's been doing it since he was 17 years old. Now, to Chris's point, I'm not saying he's going to be the best player.
No,
I'm not saying better player. I'm talking about
30 in pro ball.
Right, coming into the league, he's going to be able to score points because he can do things that other guys don't know how to do yet. John Morant shoot that well.
They played pro.
Zion Williams have
pro.
Hey, look, the reason why I think Zion be right there, bro, like I was listening to Shaq one night, and he was giving Dwight Howard the game plan to average 20 and 10, like just 20 and 10. And it was all on just tipping the ball back in and effort plays. Like the reality is, even if Zion can't shoot, I refuse to believe he won't give me at least 5 offensive rebounds a game and tip them back in. So if he do that, that's 10 off the bat. And I also think I don't know. I think he, yeah.
He's gonna be, so basically what you're kind of saying, which I agree in a way, but you're making my point even more, and I think Chase's point too. You're kind of saying like Zion Williamson is gonna be a very, very good effort player, and what I'm kind of saying, what I'm kind of saying, I don't know, I ain't gonna put words in Dollar's mouth, but I think he alluded to it too. R.J. Barrett is just a pro. He was a pro at Duke. You can tell he was a pro. He can just score the ball. It's kind of different. When he was 17, he won a gold medal against 25-year-olds in the U.S., banging them out for 30.
Hey, you know who else did that? That he just reminds me a lot of, bro, and I hate to say it, Andrew Wiggins.
Shit, Wiggins still averaging 18 in the league.
Yeah,
and he ain't out.
I mean, and I'm not saying Andrew Wiggins is great, but Andrew Wiggins
won't be in the league.
I didn't say he wasn't going to be in the league. I'm just saying, like, at first I thought R.J. Barrett was going to be the best one. Like, I thought Zion was a joke.
But Wiggins, he still averaging 18. Shit, I think a nigga averaging 18.
And you would not, like
and not
as your best player,
and not necessarily
the best player on the team.
They drafted him to be their best player.
I said he would not be a main contributor.
Rush, you said he wouldn't be in the league.
I said he's a boom or bust, and he'd be out of there, and he would not be a main contributor. I will say this. And niggas numbers 10 through 15 for 13 on the bench. They're out of there. They're not main contributors.
Bro, he's not gonna be that low. I don't think R.J. Barrett is that low.
Chris, I would differ. I would think, and I don't know if it's true. I'm pretty sure Zion Williamson would love to play with R.J. Barrett again. And if I was New York, or I'm calling, you can offer these guys the number 3 pick. We'll talk about it in a second, but they say KD and Kyrie pretty much are in Knicks uniforms already. I think they should trade that number 3. You get Zion, Drew Holiday in New Orleans, and you start over. You're not gonna be good, so you might be picking top 10 again. They can build something special out there, man. But that's just what I would do. They're not gonna keep AD. He's not gonna stay.
He's not staying. And lastly, I mean, I know New Orleans is a quote unquote small market, but what's wrong with a bag full of money in New Orleans? I don't know why that's a negative thing.
Hey,
It's the internet age. You can get your brand out wherever.
Trying to live there.
What?
People visit New Orleans. They don't be trying to live there.
Man, if you got a big bag of money, you can live in New Orleans and visit LA.
Hey,
you ain't got to worry about the traffic.
Man, them dudes play 82 games. All he got to do is come to work, and then he can go live wherever he wants to. He's a multi-millionaire.
AD has had a house in LA for like years.
I just said he's not gonna live there. He's gonna visit pretty much.
Well, I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with being in like what they call a quote unquote small market. That's like so old school. Like that's not an issue. Russell Westbrook plays in Oklahoma.
Walk into that, man. Let's put up this crazy stat right here. You have free agents. The top free agent, Kawhi, number 2. Chris would argue that Kawhi probably should be number 1. You got Kyrie, Kemba, Clay, Tobias, Jimmy Buckets, who's probably number 1 on my list. Middleton, D'Lo, or
D'Lo,
and Williams, 11. Bshaw, who are you excited to see where they gonna go the most? You can change the franchise out of this list. I put it up out of this list. Who do you think?
Is Klay Thompson on there?
Klay Thompson is number 5 on that list.
Yeah, that's who. For one, because it breaks up Golden State. It breaks up the Splash Bros. And I want to see what Klay does by himself. I want to see if because he cold. He's like amazing to watch when he goes on them scoring runs. I want to see if he does that where he's the option, the main option, not he was the third option on his team technically.
Yeah.
I agree.
Bshaw, can I ask you another quick question? On this top 10 list, and I'll go slow, who overrated? Who do you think is like somebody gonna make a mistake giving them a max deal?
Yeah, everybody gonna hate it. They're gonna hate my answer. Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, man. I just don't see. Well, I'm gonna let this. I'm gonna wait. I'll hold my opinion until after the playoffs is over. You know what I'm saying?
I'll piggyback off of that. So the first one was, who am I most looking forward to see where they go?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's gonna be. I gotta see where Kyrie go. I gotta see if he's gonna go play with KD. If he's gonna go play back with Bron. Like Kyrie tips the scales, man. We found out he can't lead a team by himself.
If he gets a good Batman,
and he's thinking about going to play with KD or LeBron. Those are 2 pretty good Batmans.
If they want that nigga, LeBron treated him like a scoring ex-girlfriend for a while.
Yeah, LeBron want that nigga back, and KD just want hoopers. We know this. So I want to see where Kyrie go. I also want to see where Klay go. I do agree with you, Bshaw. I want to see him play alone. I don't think he's going to struggle alone. I think Klay's going to come out to be really, really, really dope. He's a 2-way player.
I think he's going to have a hard look.
Who's overrated?
The most overrated person on this list. Can I give you 2? I'll give you 2.
Give me 2.
There's 2 guys I wouldn't spend a fucking dollar on. The first one is Tobias Harris. I'm not spending a fucking dollar on Tobias Harris. The second one, I am not spending any dollars on the Vucci man. Nikolai,
we finna spend all that money on
the Mavericks are gonna fuck up doing it, because if you notice, there's one thing I never take in sports, and that's a dude that's been mediocre or average until his contract year. And Vucevic was mediocre or average until his contract year. Number 11, I'm not taking him at all. Like the rest of those guys past 11 are probably gonna come with a little bit of a deal. Like DeMarcus Cousins hurt, Malcolm Brogdon.
Yeah, the top 11 are max guys.
Yeah, the top 11 are max guys, and Vucevic is not. It's not worth it, but he's going to Timothy Mozgov somebody. And I just think that Tobias Harris he's just a good role player. Not a role player, but a good third. Like he's not Klay, but like Klay is now, he's the third option.
Can I answer? Because mine will be the direct opposite of Russell's.
Yeah, I'm coming to you because I got to save dollars for last, because I really want to hear,
I think Jimmy Butler deserves max.
Chris, man, who
yes.
For me,
want to see where they go.
For me, the 2 people, bro, that I want to see where they go would be Tobias Harris and Jimmy Butler. Like, the Rockets have to be in play for one of those guys, or at least realistically. Like I don't think Middleton. I think Middleton will stay in Milwaukee. But if Butler or Harris is on the market, man, we got to try to get one of them. So I'd be pretty interested to see how it's gonna turn out.
Who's on this list do you think is just they gonna get a max deal and the team is gonna regret it?
Man, I'm kind of with Russ because I know we not gonna offer Tobias Harris a max. Like if he give him one of them third option deals, I'll be all right.
So this is what you got on. Everybody on this top 11 list is gonna get a max deal.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
So
you
I
got
got Tobias out.
overrated.
We ain't giving Tobias Harris a max.
What
He
is he,
gonna
138?
be a max.
Yeah, so you think he overrated?
Yeah. As far as a max, I think he should be lower than Jimmy Butler. Like they just played, he wasn't good.
Right.
He's
And
a little better than him.
right.
Are you gonna give Cousins a max?
He's out of the 11, and no.
I would,
Okay.
Absolutely.
Even
I'm
though
not.
you know he ain't gonna play for you in the offs.
bro. It's at least 15 teams that's probably like I give him a max.
That nigga said I got 64
Why?
games. I got 64 games
Why?
at 75%. Y'all got me.
Because not paying
Well,
DeMarcus Cousins ain't gonna make them any better.
Hold up, one at a time.
Dollars, I gotta come to you, man, because
Hey, hold up, Sean. Bshaw, what were you saying?
I said that's like buying a grenade launcher with no clip. DeMarcus Cousins giving him a max. You gonna spend all
Man,
that
but when
money?
you
can't
find
use
that
it.
clip though.
You
Yeah,
around
hopefully,
game 40.
it's in the
I found the clip.
Yeah, oh, of course.
Then you'll be like then you'll be like the Pelicans. You'll win 12 straight. Like when they found the clip in New Orleans, they found the clip. I can't rest my team on finding the clips of the grenade launcher that is Boogie Cousins. But I will say this, Bshaw, you said it. I don't know if people heard you, but you asked, are you gonna give Jimmy Butler that bag? Yes, I'm giving Jimmy Butler that bag. Like we talked about, he's not necessarily like
Everywhere.
what?
Everywhere.
Hold up, say that again.
What the hell?
Bshaw, say that again.
Anywhere he goes, you gonna give him that bag.
Anywhere Jimmy goes? Anyway, Bshaw, I got here's why I'm giving Jimmy the bag. In Minnesota, Jimmy Butler went to practice and got all the sorriest guys on.
I said, I'm y'all only think it only in Frazier. That's the realest shit. Yep.
Yeah, man, we couldn't eat none of that. That cut it out. You can say that again, Bshaw.
What?
I was telling Bshaw we didn't get none of that. You can say that again.
No, I was listening to you.
All right, go ahead, Chace. What you think about the free agency? We good?
Man, first off, I want to see where KD going. I honestly want Clay to leave and KD to stay. Shit, tell you the truth. But you know what I'm saying? Kawhi Leonard finna be probably the highest paid nigga on this list. You know what I'm saying? So does that make him overrated? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, only because of how much money they finna give him. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna give him the bag. They're gonna give him.
But the most overrated nigga on this list, bro, and I'm telling you, I've been telling AD for 3 months. Shout out my boy AD. The Lakers are gonna break Chris Middleton ass off, and he does not deserve it.
Yes.
Yeah, he does, bro. Come on.
Hey, on the cool, I hope the Lakers do
not
the
deserve it, bro. I'm telling you, like what you say, Russell. You been all right till your contract year. Now you made the All-Star team. You know what I'm saying?
You can't trust him.
30. Like, man.
You can't trust niggas like that,
Middleton
man.
gonna get that bag, bro. Like he's the perfect type of complimentary LeBron player, and they gonna pay that nigga like he is. And then he gonna come out there and you know what I'm saying? He gonna be the Chris Middleton that we knew from Texas A&M.
Sean, what you think about the free agency, bro?
I want to see what Kemba Walker does.
See, I'm glad you said Kemba. Go ahead, though. I'm glad you said Kemba.
I think he can be a special player. He's a good player, and somebody gonna get a deal because he gonna gotta go after Kyrie and after X, Y, and Z. So I'm interested to see where Kemba gonna go. And a guy I think was overrated on the list. Uh, I'm with Dollars on somebody gonna give Chris Middleton a lot of money that he don't necessarily deserve. But I will say if it's Milwaukee, it's a good deal. You're not getting free agents in Milwaukee, so if you get your own guy that you drafted and you get to you pay guys market value. I want to say that in the sport, we may not be a player for a team, but some of these guys deserve the market, and I think that's any thing that you do. Your resume, you deserve the market. I don't think he was a great coach, but he got an NBA championship, so his market value was 5 years, X amount of dollars. I don't think Dak Prescott is a great quarterback, but his market value is what it is. I think everybody should get their market value deserve on the market. It might be.
But see, is Chris Middleton's market the same as Klay Thompson's market? As this
Well,
all-star shooting guard?
I would say for market value, as far as the entire shooting guards, that it is what it is. And I would say the only reason I would say yes is because of course Chris Middleton and Clay of course, like I'm not
Yeah,
saying that,
I'm
but
talking
I'm
about
saying
market
that
wise though. You know
right.
what
I'm
I'm
saying that Chris Middleton made an All-Star, Clay made an All-Star. Clay numbers is right there. Middleton's numbers is right there. Clay probably won't make any of the first three teams. Middleton won't make any of the first teams. So of course we all know. Please don't think I'm saying Clay and Middleton are the same.
Middleton might sneak in on that third or something, man. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
but
He
You
got the
can't
team with the best
compare
record in the
those
league.
two
wait, but Bradshaw, hear me out.
like that.
I'm not comparing them by player. Clay Thompson is here and Middleton is here.
Yeah, we're looking at him on paper.
No,
I'm
but
talking
even
about.
their stats,
But
their stats.
but Bradshaw, that's what the market dictates, and that's just by like a
Yeah, that's how you create the market.
Yeah.
going to get a new
But
job
they're
tomorrow.
definitely they definitely got to take into consideration. They definitely got to think Clay's averaging this next to these two greatest
that's
players of
fine.
all time.
But
when
once the market's
his
set, like
agent
Timothy
goes in there,
Mozgov,
he's gonna be like, him and Clay, you know what I'm saying? This is the market. This is the tier player that he's in. This is what he needs to get paid.
Right. So basically, what I'm saying, Bradshaw, is give me the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers would pay Middleton the exact same the Warriors would pay. It's the market. It's dictating the market. Doesn't make it right. It's just
Yeah, that is true. They had the same cap as the Warriors last year.
right.
You see that talent.
Right. So I mean, look, go back. I hate to go back to football, but Carson Wentz and Dak Prescott, they're not as good as some of the old school quarterbacks, but they're gonna get what the market dictates quarterbacks get in this day and age.
True.
Man, they said Dak looking at like 35 a year.
Dak gonna get broke off. Really, back to basketball though. I got a sleeper. I know you didn't ask, but I got a sleeper for the free agents who I think is going to get this money and do better. D'Angelo Russell. I think he's gonna get paid, and I think he's gonna be a perennial all-star.
Me too. I like
that
D'Lo, man.
He deserves it. He deserves
Hey,
it.
I got a crazy one for y'all, and we can put a 2-shot bet on it. D'Angelo Russell will be a Phoenix Sun.
Oh,
That is a great. That's Phoenix. That is a great one. I'm not gonna bet 2 shots because I think there's a couple guys I think Phoenix should go get, and as long as the point guard.
I'm gonna pull like a Stephen A. Smith. My sources. Look, bro.
yeah.
Gonna be the Phoenix Suns, man.
Brooklyn.
So I'm gonna tell you one thing that all men have is egos. Every single one of us have an ego. So if I tell you, Bradshaw, yeah, man, I'm talking to my boy about taking Bshaw's spot on the show, if he come do it. If he don't come do it, you can stay. Brooklyn is clamoring for Kyrie, clamoring for Kimba. You don't think D'Lo like, well, let me take a few meetings. And his best friend in the world is Devin Booker. They best friends. They've been best since they was 12.
Speaking of egos, Scotty can come get these hands. I just want to say that. Scotty, you can come catch these. I ain't gonna bum.
Hey,
Jordan to play
You
with
can come catch these in some Gucci flip flops.
And that's a good segue to the NBA playoffs.
Man,
NBA playoffs. And the Rockets, we took a hard one. I'm gonna go to Bradshaw first, man. Are you mad at James Harden? Did he choke? Did the Rockets choke? How you feel, man? I'm still hurt.
Unpopular opinion. Team did what they were supposed to do. Coach didn't. That's an unpopular opinion. I mean, once again, we're playing against Golden State. So at the end of the day, you have to be perfect. You got to capitalize on any mistakes they do. When Durant went out, we should have won. But I mean, I think there's a certain level of coaching needed in them moments for a team like ours, and we don't have that guidance that lets it's like we're like a missile that just flies around sometimes when the coach is supposed to be, hey, bro, this is what we're supposed to do in this situation. Pop, if we had Pop, we would have won. I put it like that.
That's so well, hey.
Yeah. We're so different in the world.
Say that.
Man, it was tough loss.
Anybody
tough loss. Harden balled out. He could have did more, but he balled out. Chris Paul probably should have did more, but he old. I mean,
Chris, what you think about the Rockets?
Man, they just lost a tough one, bro.
Man, tough L.
Steph Curry just went into another mode on us. Like it was almost demoralizing to watch, bro. It was like we would score, and then he hit 2 threes, and it was like, dang, we didn't even score nothing.
That's not fair.
Yeah, it was tough.
It was just a tough one. I just gotta tip my hat to him. Ain't no hating I can do to him.
This is in the.
What would you say, Bshaw, about firing
man, they made him mad on the internet. It's not fair. They made him mad on the internet. They fired up his wife. Went out there like a
I'll say this. This when I knew the series was kind of over. Y'all know, if y'all watch the show, I gamble on every game. And they gave the Rockets a 7.5 point spread in Game 6. They said that we were basically supposed to throw them out. 7.5 points is a lot of points. And so I just felt like that's extremely disrespectful to Steph. That was disrespectful to Clay and the Warriors. And they came in and they showed how they champions.
Was it more disrespectful to the Warriors, or was it Vegas trying to get that money from eager Houston fans?
It was Vegas getting money from all the people from Houston pouring in on the Rockets. That's really what it was.
Yeah.
That, but also, it's people thought that we were going to win by a lot.
That's what I'm saying. That if you Vegas, you gonna as the more money keep pouring in, you gonna keep lifting the odds so more people will bet.
Vegas don't give a damn who win. They ain't trying to disrespect nobody. They just want the bread.
Yeah, man. But people was talking like we were like it was ridiculous once KD went out. It was crazy how easily the 73 win team is forgotten. Like, oh my God.
When you lose 3-1, the mass public will forget you.
You right about that.
When you lose in the finals, the public will forget you.
No, when you lose 3-1, don't change it. Keep that same energy.
No, I'm saying all of it. All of it.
That same 3-1 energy.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Okay, who won? Okay, who? Let me just pick a random year. Pick a random year, Chris.
Wait, let me say something. Let me see. Let me just say that. No, for any other time, this was Team USA, one of the best teams ever put together in the history of basketball. They will be remembered indefinitely. Like, there is not going to be 10 years from now, you're going to turn on 2K, the greatest all-time teams is going to be Golden State when they lost 3-1, and Golden State after they got KD. They both should be up there.
They're not going to use that year. Guarantee you.
Yes, they will.
No, they won't. They'll use the year after or the year before when they won. They won't use that 73-9 season.
They will, bro.
They don't.
The Patriots 18-something season.
Yes, they do. Yes,
they use the Patriots undefeated team.
Great.
And then what is the Patriots? The Patriots undefeated team. The Patriots undefeated team gets brought up when they talk about what?
I'm saying they used it on Matt.
That's the only time. But other than that, they're not. You're not. That team's not going to be their point. Like, whenever people say the 73-9, I'd rather go with the team that won a 6.
It was people like you that thought we should have won that game. No problem.
I do think y'all should have won that game, but I think the Rockets were better than the people from Houston. And I agree with you. I think it was coaching, but that still doesn't take away from the fact that if you had the coaching, I mean, it doesn't take away from the fact that you had the players. The coaching was bad, but you still had the players that could have got it done. The coaching was just bad.
Man, bro, Steph Curry, I don't give credit to the losers, bro. You know me. We're losers. The Rockets lost. They not finna get no love. Steph Curry went out here and took our soul, my nigga. He took our soul out of our body. Like, every time he would hit one of those threes, it was as if a little piece of me was going out of my body, bro. Because I knew he was going to hit it. When it left his hands, it was like, fuck, he's going to hit it. Like...
Hey, I was at a bar in Houston, dog. You know what I'm saying? Boys
I know that nigga's
and dollars. Every time he hit it, how did the fans of Houston look?
Hey,
it looked like a piece.
Hey, look, people went from sitting straight up to man, dog.
It took our soul, bro.
Hey, I will say that by the end of the game, it was just me and my daddy in there, bro. Me, my daddy, and the waitresses.
Damn.
Bro, it took our soul, bro. Like, I feel y'all. I never said KD wasn't cold, but to say that Steph Curry is a lesser, or Steph Curry ain't the reason why he went there, that dude is different. It's unfair.
I never said that.
Who said he wasn't the reason?
Steph Curry is unfair.
The whole argument was he went there because of him.
Niggas to the highest regard. You know what I'm saying? So it was never me. I knew Steph was gonna go out there and beat y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it was never a thought in my head that we could beat them, bro. I want the Rockets to win. I'm a Houston fan.
I thought we
but
might.
The reality is, before Kevin Durant was on their team, them niggas beat us still.
I had 5, man. KD pulled his groin. You know what I'm saying? So
Bshaw said 6.
Bshaw actually told me we're winning 4 in a row. The Warriors won't win another game when they left the Oracle.
Hey, that's real. And
hey, but besides that, though, man, the Celtics is trash. You know what I'm saying? They came out there and got whooped, dog. They were supposed to put up a fight, man. That was
they would.
I
called the East, bro. I told y'all what the East was gonna be, and y'all didn't listen
the Celtics, they look like they had it clicking in the first round, and then shit.
Man, they did battery died. Like where it looked like they had chemistry, and then like
that first round, the ball was flying, boys was dropping 30. You know what I'm saying? Horford was hitting threes. Jaylen Brown posterized the nigga.
He was balling.
Who did they play again?
Man, I can't. Damn.
I want to say it was the Pacers, bro.
Yeah, it was the Pacers. Without Victor Oladipo.
That warm-up game, man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. That team just fell apart, man.
Hey, but enough of these losers.
Chris said no credit to the losers, man. So let's move on.
No credit to the losers.
Let's talk about the Eastern Finals. You got Toronto and you got Milwaukee. Bshaw, who you got winning this series and why?
Toronto. And Kawhi look like he might have it in him.
Chris, who you got winning the series and why?
The Bucks. I like Kawhi Leonard. He's my favorite player. I really do. And like I told you on the phone, me and Sean was talking, Kawhi Leonard will outplay the Greek Freak in all of these games, but I think that their third player, they'll have another third player score 30 before Kyle Lowry scores 30 again.
Man.
Like, I can count on Siakam and I can count on Kawhi to keep balling, but I don't think Kyle Lowry is going to give them 30 in another game. And I think that Milwaukee will get 30 from someone else outside of Middleton and Greek Freak in this next game.
And their bench is deeper.
Yeah, they're just a better team, bro. And I like Kawhi. I think Kawhi Leonard's the best player in the NBA, bro. They're just a better team.
Dallas, who you got?
Man, dog, I had the Raptors until them niggas matched up last night, man. You know what I'm saying? Milwaukee just look like they clicking. And like Chris said, man, Toronto look like they got 2 niggas who got some game. and then a bunch of other niggas. Like, you ain't gonna get a game like that from Kyle Lowry again, nigga, the next 4 playoffs. Like, I don't know, man. Milwaukee
He found
look
his
good, though.
groove.
Like, just not trying to
Hey.
talk bad on Toronto. Milwaukee just look good. Like, they, like how I said about the Celtics, Milwaukee actually looks like they clicking, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Can I say one
Kyle
thing?
Lowry
I don't
got
want to
his groove.
interject, but I give it to all the players, and I keep it consistent. Kawhi, I need more from you, baby. 2
man.
points in the fourth quarter, bro. That's bumming.
But
That's
I was
bumming.
listening to a dude on ESPN, and he was like, Kawhi can give you more, and they'll probably still lose that game.
But he got to give it to me, though, bro.
Yeah,
it was
you
still
right,
a
though.
close
You gotta
game,
go out there
and
and
he
give it,
stepped up
though.
and
Yeah.
missed some free throws that could have changed it. He got the ball stole from him. It could have changed it. When Harden went out there and only took 1 shot in the fourth quarter, we killed him. I'm just
Yeah.
keeping the energy the same.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard, if I'm going to give you that bag, I need you to at least pull the shot. I don't care if you make it. You ain't like, that's weak. You got to come with it. 2 points?
Them was never his shot,
Bro.
man. That was Ginobili.
Bro, so you got
Bro.
Raptors.
You got it.
Raptors, fuck.
So
We got
I will say this before I give my pick. I will say this, y'all. Brook Lopez scored 29 points in one game. He didn't score 29 points in the last series. So that is never going to happen again, more than likely. I do think the Bucks have a better team and are going to win. I don't think it's just because of the 2-nigga ratio. I think the Bucks just play amazing defense. And Giannis is just a lot to deal with.
Put up 31.
No, I mean, and it's a crazy day when you're looking at Kawhi put up 30-point games and we're like, we need more. I will say this, though. If you watch the games, even though, yes, Chris, I agree. He got to do more. But at the same time, was it Nick Nurse? No, you got to let him rest, bro. Like, you got to give him some time to breathe. I know the game might look like it may get out of hand, but you can't have him out there. He was clearly over 15
we
in the
don't, we don't give James Harden no rest.
Hey, they said Giannis
Everybody
damn near want to
crucifies
fight
him.
when you take him out.
Oh, no, but you can blame D'Antoni for that, too.
D'Antoni been known to run his players into the ground. Now, I hope you didn't think that was something new.
So I give you a stat to help your argument, and you can keep going. The Raptors players went 0 for 19. That is not named Kyle Lowry.
Like we can sit here and be honest and say yes, Kawhi needs to do more. They could have won that game. They let it slip. We don't know why Nick Nurse didn't play Serge Ibaka against Brook Lopez so he can get out there and defend those threes. But I think you got to pay attention to outliers. One thing about playoff series, every game makes you think that when you win a game, you'll think you'll never lose again. And when you lose a game, you'll think you'll never get another dub. So I do think that Milwaukee can pull it out. Not necessarily because of Greek Freak mainly. I think that Eric Bledsoe's going to show out the rest of these playoffs. But I don't think we should just act like Toronto is just going to get ran over. I think Toronto's going to have a lot to say.
They gonna battle. I just think at the end of the day, Milwaukee's a better team, and they'll figure out how to beat.
I mean, when they got Brogdon back, it changed things.
Hey, yeah, real talk. Hey, man, you know they got the white Jordan out there, bro.
Dante, nigga, the white Dante.
Yeah, bro. Man, I didn't know he was hurt, man. Damn,
Hey.
I wish he was out there. If he was out there, I'd pick real.
You know what? I think in a couple years, Dante gonna be out there hooping.
Yeah. Shout out DiVincenzo, man. Even though
no shout out to Villanova though. They get no more love from me after what they did to the Jelly fam.
I just want to say this Eastern Conference, the entire playoffs has been great to watch. Russell, I'm gonna tell you something that hurt my heart. Shout out to LeBron James, man. I hate LeBron, but he dominated that conference for 8 years, and so it's cool the teams and players finally stepped up. He deserves credit for dominating the conference for 8-9 years, man. And it's cool to watch these young guys play. Everybody balling. But I'll say this and move on from the East. And it's a bold prediction, and we got it on tape. KD, Kyrie, AD, Dave Fizdale, and the New York Knicks will be in the championship.
Get the fuck out of here!
Hey, so Greek Freak. You know, I hope you enjoy this time. I hope you get to the chip this year. It's KD, Kyrie, and AD will be Knicks.
And AD?
And AD.
That's a lot of money.
I said AD, Kyrie, KD.
Hey,
Dollar. Man,
Dallas,
KD, stop
hold
this.
on,
What is this, 2K?
hold on,
You
hold
can't
on.
keep going to choose
Oh,
different teams.
hold on. Dallas is not a lot of money because you know why? AD, you trade for AD, he's still on his old contract.
Oh,
You ain't got to
yeah,
pay
you
him
right.
till after you win the chip. After
Yeah.
you win the chip, the other contracts fall off the books, and you good. You got all 3 spots.
Yeah,
So,
you right.
I mean, I just put that out there. But Western Conference Finals, man, we got a game. Rush, you should have bet me them 5 shots. The Blazers is up, baby. What's Russ? I got to
Hey
start with you.
man, yeah,
We was
Blazers.
arguing, and Chace, you was gone. Me and Russ was going at it earlier, and we're not gonna do it for the people. But Dollars, can I ask you? It sounded like Russell was making it seem like the Blazers was just gonna come out here and scrub the Warriors. That's how I read it. I don't. Russell saying
That's
that's not
how
how
you
he
would read it because it came from my mouth, nigga. Like, you
Dollars.
wouldn't give me a chance to say it and not read it like that.
Dollars, did you feel that when you was reading
Yeah,
it?
I did. And I
Okay.
felt like that nigga thought that them, like their
Bshaw, you
bankroll was
felt the
just
same
way
way,
better.
didn't
Like
I
he
wasn't
damn near
reading
didn't get Warriors no
But
This
shot.
not
what the
yes. I'm gonna
recap
make a point.
was-
It's not yes. I'm gonna make a point. Not yes. People of the world, I'll just let you know this is 5-on-1. I don't even know what the other nigga at, but I feel him.
Dollars,
Like, bro, I never said they were straight. What can I ask you a question?
One of them that I read, it said, OKD, the Warriors will lose. That's what he wrote. That's what he typed.
And the context was what? See, you're not gonna get me like this, bro. Context was what? Game 1.
All right.
And we can also scroll down. We can
Nah,
also
you
scroll
said
down
they
to
ain't
what I
gonna come out here.
No,
This
I
series.
didn't. We scrolled up and read the whole thing, Dollars, since you want to be in this too. And we went down after
Did you
Sean
not say
posted
that Dame was gonna dirt the series?
No, I said he
Russ.
could dirk the series. I didn't say he was. That's a
Russ.
big difference.
Russ.
That's a big difference. And y'all always gonna try. Y'all know, wait. Because you're not gonna put words in my mouth after I've read it to everybody but Chace.
We'll make it fair. We'll take a vote. All in favor of us taking them shots, say aye.
Of course. But I never said these 2 games. And wait, hold up, people, let the people. I'm taking, hold up, no, I'm taking shots not because of the 2 games. I'm taking shots because of game 1 and because my dumb ass rooted for the Mavericks to get this lottery pick. That's where the shots are coming from. You ain't finna run me up, bus, nigga. Yeah,
I'm coming to you, man. That's over.
I just want to say while we're about to discuss them, man, the Blazers have been up this whole game. They was up 11 points. They got to the 3rd quarter, and they have scored 4 points. Warriors is on their ass, 66-69.
Finals. What do you think about finals? I don't think you're crazy. I'm joking with Russell, but I called Russell on the phone. I'm gonna keep it honest with y'all. I called him, and I did tell him my cousin Gary. Shout out to my boy Gary. He convinced me to bet everything in our bodega account on the Trailblazers every season. And so I'm hurt right now because we losing our money. But
I told you when you told me that, I said I don't know what Gary thinking. I said what? I said I gave you 1 game, nigga.
He was convinced that the Blazers could win, and he kind of swayed me too. Russ, what you think about this series? How is it gonna go? What you seeing? What you looking at?
Like I said, now after this comeback, I was saying I believe it could be competitive, but the Warriors are gonna win. Now, if you ask me, do I think that Portland has a chance? Yes, they have a chance. That doesn't mean I think them niggas gonna run roughshod on them niggas. I think they have a chance.
I bet you 5 shots they have no chance.
Like they'll get swept?
That they have no chance.
You that they get swept? No chance is getting swept.
They have no chance.
They'll get the gentleman's sweep.
Yeah, this 1 game give them a chance.
They won a game, yes. They won a game.
Who won a game?
He said if they win 1 game, does that give them a chance? And I'm like, yes, you won a game. Like that, if you can beat it.
You have the same amount of chance at 1 game at 0. What?
If you have the same amount, and if you go 3-3, you still gonna lose in the end.
What's the difference between losing 4-1 and 4-0? What chance?
Because if you lose 4-0, nigga, you have no way of ever saying I think that I can win some games. We put something together to win a game. Like if you get swept, you know the difference.
4-1.
The difference. That's the reason why they call it.
Who lost 4-1 and said, yeah, we could have got them.
I didn't say we. I said you have to believe. Getting swept is totally different than losing 4-1.
A gentleman sweep
Hey.
for a reason. That's like
And if you get swept, you have
$1
nothing
on the
to
street.
say. Did you see how hard Braun was fighting for a gentleman's sweep last year? He was fighting hard for a gentleman's sweep. Would you fight that hard for a gentleman's sweep if it's the same thing? Not the same thing. If you play a nigga 4 and 7 games and you can't get one, bro, that's totally different than you only getting one. Totally different. They're both loose, but it's totally different.
I agree. That's not an analysis on the. Russ, you actually give a good analysis on why Portland can win. So can you tell us, tell the people, why did you pick Portland in a few games? Great point.
I just think they can win a couple games just because the simple fact of it's 2-on-2, bro. It's 2-on-2.
It's not 2-on-2.
Hold up, wait, no, and you nigga, I got Chris. What do you always see?
Finish your point.
If you do not get if you don't get Carmelo Anthony, would you be mad at Joe Johnson? So I ask you that question. If you can't get Steph, you gonna be mad that you got Dame?
Oh, I feel what you're saying, bro. But Draymond Green is a very good player, bro. These dudes were champions. They won a championship. Portland hasn't. Portland ain't got shit on them. They finna get smoked. Swisher.
All right.
Look.
Stay sharp.
Russ, you made a great point, and I do agree with you. It's gonna be Dame and CJ, as far as Dame and CJ can take, it's gonna be good. And another point, people not Dallas, you might can speak to this better than us, but I'm not gonna say the Warriors don't need KD. A lot of it is depth, right? KD can allow you to rest Steph and rest Clay. They're gonna need to rest at some point, and they're gonna get tired at some point. I don't know what game it's gonna be where they get tired, but they're gonna get tired at some point. They need some depth, and I think that's where they miss KD the most is depth, not being able to rest their.
I think that's why they finna try to smoke these niggas. Get it over with.
Right.
We ain't got time to play with these niggas.
And that's the only thing. I agree. Steph is the best point guard, but when you have it 2-on-2 like that, and the team's breathing like the Portland Trailblazers breathing, they got two guys that could produce at the level. I don't think people really understand how hard it was to win that Game 7 in Denver. That wasn't easy.
And it's crazy, y'all saying that Steph Curry and Klay Thompson tired as if they didn't play 60 minutes in one game, as in Portland and Dame Lillard now.
Yeah,
them dudes played a quadruple overtime. Steph and them got the Rockets up out of there. They've been resting.
Right.
That's true. That's true. That is very true. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, the only reason I said that they have a chance to win some games is because they got Dame and they got CJ, and if I didn't have Steph and the other guy, which you're gonna tell me Steph and Clay are better, yeah, but if I didn't have them, that's not that much of a drop off, bro. That's not that much of a drop off.
It is though. It really is.
All I'm gonna say, my nigga AD favorite analogy is in high school. Ron was the number 1 player coming out, and Luol Deng was number 2.
That's a big drop off.
You know what I'm saying? So even though he was number 2, shit, nigga, you know what I'm saying?
But
I got
that's
another
also
one for you. Chris ain't gonna like this one though.
That's
this
also
the one I use. Kyrie Irving was the number 1 point guard in the nation coming out, and Corey Joseph.
Corey Joe, baby, and really Corey Joe was number 1. This Kyrie got hurt.
Hey, I thought we had a stud.
But you know what? Y'all are talking about dudes that have come up in the same year.
Yeah, I'm just making an analogy. You said that's second best.
Yeah, but no. You can't. If you're gonna make the analogy of it, you're using 2 high school players from the same year. I'm using 2 NBA players that aren't in the same class, aren't in the same year.
Oh, man,
so I'm telling you, I was told by everybody in this chat, if I don't have Carmelo Anthony, then if you give me Joe Johnson, I'll be fine. So you niggas is really telling me if you don't have Clay, you're telling me that Dame Lillard is Joe Johnson.
Joe Johnson better than Melo, Russ.
Huh?
Joe Johnson better than Melo.
Shut the fuck up. What's next? I'm not gonna entertain that shit. Come on, bro. Hell no. That nigga didn't even average 25, did he? Look it up again. Man, stop, bro.
Hey, he averaged being in the playoffs.
Oh man, Melo went to the playoffs, bro.
Really?
Bro, JoJo spent half his career in the playoffs.
And Robert Horry got what? 7 rings, nigga? Come on, bro.
Joe Johnson was the best player on the team.
Joe Johnson was not better than Deron Williams.
Bro, in Atlanta when he was going to the playoffs, he was the leader.
They lost in the first round of the Celtics.
But they went. He didn't
Melo
go
went.
join the
Melo
Celtics.
went. What are you saying? Melo went.
LeBron
It's 2019. I
Yeah,
refuse
you right.
to let
Yeah.
y'all argue about Joe Johnson.
Yeah, hey, y'all do that on y'all side page.
Joe Johnson, man. Fuck Joe Johnson.
I apologize, Sportsplug. Listen,
You brought it up.
No, I'm making I'm making the analogy. If I'm and none of y'all have answered, all y'all just blattered on to somewhere else. If Steph was taken first,
As soon as it was time to answer, they started talking about Joe Johnson was better.
Sean brought up Joe Johnson.
If Steph was taken first, would you be mad if they said you got to get the point guard Dame Lillard?
I would get Kyrie
that
Irving
doesn't
second.
mean that they're neck and neck, Russell.
I didn't say that they're neck and neck. I'm saying that this nigga Lillard is cold. He's not a washed over dude. He's not somebody that you just look at like whatever.
Nobody's saying Lillard is bad. We're just saying Steph Curry is that good.
Yeah, Dallas' analogy was perfect. LeBron was number 1. Luol Deng was number 2.
Lillard is not
LeBron Deng had a very good career, bro. He just wasn't LeBron.
He just wasn't LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
You know how far it is from Luol Deng, from Bron to Luol Deng?
That's what we're saying about Steph and
That's what
Dame.
we're saying about Dame and CJ.
Russell,
I believe he's better, but I don't believe that much
Damian Lillard has 10 points on 3 of 10 shooting. Steph Curry has 27 points on 9 of 14 shooting and hit 5 threes.
And Dame's been playing like shit. So okay, of course you could give me that one game sample. That one game sample.
Hey,
you just look at that. If you just
bro, Dame is good, but Steph Curry is way better. Like how you said about Aaron Donald, he's 100 and the next best guy is an 80. That's how Steph is today.
Niggas are 99 in the 90s.
And what did Chris say? What did Chris say? Oh, you got to give JJ at least 95. You got to give my nigga Dame at least 95.
Dame, bro. So you said Dame is better than Kyrie? Dame is over Kyrie?
JJ at least a 95, my nigga.
Dame is over Kyrie.
Right now, yes, and Kyrie's my
nigga. Get the fuck out of here.
Right now,
I take Dame over Kyrie right now.
Right now, yes. Right now, yes, he is. He is. He is.
Well,
then if that's the case, Dame can be the name.
Hey, Dallas, how'd your boy get number 1 player before he got hurt? And after he got hurt, who's the number 1 player now?
Steph Curry.
Well, I was going to say the media likes Kawhi, but after KD got hurt, they moved right over to Kawhi. Look at what Kawhi's doing. Bro,
they've been riding that nigga nuts since he got
They've been riding Kawhi nuts since he won the finals MVP, bro. It's not about Kawhi right now.
KD got hurt.
Dame. It's about Steph and Dame.
When KD was playing, they was talking about KD saying, y'all know who I am. The average is damn near 40 on niggas. Like,
it's about Steph and Dame.
I'm not going to argue with you about Kawhi until that nigga hits 50. Next.
That's all right. But that's all.
Hey, you just mad because Dame is a bum.
Dame ain't no bum.
Yeah.
And you mad he put your hustle man 3000 out the playoffs for Russell Westbrook. Because we know you're a Russell Westbrook nigga.
Hey, listen. I
he
think
plays hard.
Everybody got great points. And I think the point that we make the most is that all of us, to an extent, except for maybe one person in this world who is Jay Anderson, all of us, when KD went down, everybody had a reaction, right?
Hey, shout out Jay. Jay, you got to come talk to us about the
bro, please.
The media had a reaction. We had a reaction. Houston Rockets fans had a reaction. Everyone had a reaction. And I think that Steph Curry is a human like us. And I think he watched TV. I think he reads news articles. And I think somebody told him, like, hey, they saying that, you can't play. Kevin Durant is the best player in the world. He is the best player on that team. But Steph Curry is the most dangerous person we've ever seen with basketball. And I think Jay Anderson said something before. We've never seen anybody be able to do the things that he does.
No, he completely fucks up the dimensions of a basketball court to the point where you can't do anything about it.
Shooter's got big nuts. Oh,
I think that is scary that everybody was talking, and I think that he was listening, and he's about to go out here and he put us off. He about to put Portland off.
Portland just lost that lead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
They did.
And I think that he's gonna go and he's gonna win another championship with KD, and it's gonna be what it is, man. I think that he was disrespected a lot, and hopefully people stop seeing that him being. And it's crazy. He have a TV show, and my girl made me mad because she thinks Steph Curry is so cute, but she was watching this TV show. And she was like, "He a good man." And I was like, "Damn, what happened to just thinking a nigga fine? He a good man too." Like,
let's not let Sean die too deep.
Don't do it, Sean.
So no,
we don't want you going too deep, you'll get in trouble.
Let me say, but on his show,
TV alert.
Hold on. On his show, he talked about his teammates being his family. So you got the sense that, and you're not gonna like this, Chase. When Kevin Durant got to Golden State, he was kind of broken. He was mentally broken, and you got to admit that, Dollars. Like, he was broken.
Oh, he for sure was.
They for sure took a back seat and pushed him into stardom and told him, "Hey, be Kevin Durant. You're the best player. Be KD."
They told him that in the meeting.
Right.
Steph told him, "I'm willing for you to come out here and become the best player on our team.
Right.
I'm willing to pass the torch."
Right. That don't mean he forgot how to play basketball.
I never said to see. I'm the one nigga probably in the world that never. But
can you acknowledge that the world did say that?
Oh, for sure.
The world did. Yeah. And I'm a Rockets fan. For y'all to give us a 7.5 point spread in Game 6.
Not let that go.
That's too much.
Disrespect. Y'all know how I've been on the Steph and KD duo, so I'm definitely not in that boat. Like, I knew he could come out there and beat y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I did too.
I'm making a point.
I never not thought that, bro.
Yeah. Steph Curry is a great player, and they'll go and they'll beat the Blazers. They'll win this and they'll go back to another championship, and they're gonna win another championship. And I don't see anything that can stop them. And to Chris's great point, I'm not gonna talk about the losers. These guys are just winners. I'm not gonna say Greek Freak didn't do enough to beat them or Kawhi didn't do enough to beat them. I think Steph and them gonna go out there and take it. Dame is playing. CJ killing right now. CJ got.
CJ is trying, Jennifer.
Who the fuck is Jennifer?
But you don't remember? You don't remember? Wasn't it Jennifer her name? The girl that said you can't win a game, and he was like, "I'm trying, Jennifer."
They trying.
Yeah. He met her a couple days ago, actually.
Steph Curry got a dirty 30. Like, I asked a question, and Jay will answer it. Could Stephen Curry average 40 points a game if he wanted to?
Yes.
Yeah. He could. I mean, this guy's a monster.
He could average a lot more.
I fear Steph Curry like I fear Jesus.
Steph Curry doesn't play whole games a lot of times. He's
Seth Curry coming in though.
Hey, he don't have to, but man, I think we can cover it all. We can cover. Let's get Chase back on the line and.
Hey, how do you? While he's off, how do you think it feels to be Seth?
Seth his wife is beautiful.
His wife bad. She bad in
Wait. To piggyback off of Bshaw, even though his wife is fine, I don't know how I'd feel when I'm warming up. Did y'all see what Steph did to him while he was warming up today? Oh, Seth was warming up before the game, and Steph ran over to him and jumped over him. Like he was just like some little child. And then looked at him and said,
"You feel the best." Hey, bro, as a younger brother, I tell you, bro, it's no hate at all, my nigga. Like, he winning off of his brother, bro. Like, he got his own money in his bank account. Like, he got a bad chick. Shit, his brother, one of the best players to ever play. Like, shit, he winning, to be honest.
He already said he likes playing against his brother, and when his brother shoots shots, sometimes he looks at it like, I don't know if I want to block him, but Steph did also say, after we beat them niggas, I'm gonna send him a replica championship ring.
Bro, that nigga Seth Curry probably smashed so many girls just because Steph was married. It was unreal.
Your parents go to your game and they rooting against you.
Well, actually, you know what, Steph said when they had them half jerseys on, he said when Seth hit a shot, he saw his mom stand up and start clapping. He said, I looked at her and was like, who you with? And then ran down the court and banged another one and looked and was like, hold up. So
man, bro,
it's
and
probably
that
live.
tripping. They finna get them up out of here. It's just live. He get to play his brother. They get to make some money together. They probably gonna go out to dinner after the game.
Yeah,
Like he probably know Golden State gonna win. He like, shit, I'm glad we getting to do this.
I'm glad we getting to do
The
this.
family don't gotta fly all over everybody in one spot. They kicking it hard right now.
You know, I mean, even if they do lose, I'll give a shout out to Dame because it's pretty. He's from Oakland and he's gonna get to play in that stadium again before it goes down.
Give a shout out to Dame, give a shout out to Harden, and give a shout out to Lou Will, and give a shout out to everybody else who lost to them.
Just saying the story, nigga. You so salty. You give a shout out to Harden. That nigga don't
Shout
buy me
out to
Christmas
Lou Will.
presents.
Shout out Montrezl Harrell.
Shout him out, man.
I'll give you Lou Will. Stop shouting out now. Montrezl who?
Montrezl Harrell was balling.
They did everything they could. They did everything they could, just like the Rockets did. Everything they could.
And
This nigga
I
still.
don't give a fuck. That nigga lost, nigga. Hey, but
Hey, but we lost Chace, man. You want to close this out, Russ? And I'm gonna chop this video up. So.
yeah, you already know. We're gonna go ahead and end it right quick. We gotta do our parting shout out. So first and foremost, Bshaw, what's the shout out?
Hey man, go ahead and give a shout out to DQ. That's what I like about Texas.
Hey DQ, y'all need to give us some money for that shit. Chris, what's up with it, man?
Man, I'm shouting out my goddamn self. If you need a home loan, holla at your boy. Yeah.
Sean, what you got, man?
Man, I'm gonna shout out Daryl Morey. Please go get Jimmy Butler. Please call him. Show up at his doorstep at midnight. Bring him and his chick some flowers. And, you know, Onyx strippers, everybody in the H, man, y'all get ready. Make Jimmy Butler feel welcome. He from here. Bring him home.
Oh, and shout out Deontay Wilder for that mean interview.
Did we go over that? Did we go
I don't
over
think
that?
we did.
You know, before
me,
you know,
he scared me
as a
into not wanting to leave the house today.
I never went. If I saw Deontay Wilder walking in the mall, I'm going the other way. I might ask somebody.
I see Deontay Wilder in a store and I'm leaving. I'm leaving the store. I don't want no problems with that man. He said he gets paid to murder. He said that's legal.
They said they're going to invest. The WBC said we investigate him. He said, say what you want. He said, hey, I'm out here risking my life. I say what the fuck I want. What's up, Chris? You got something to say about Deontay Wilder and the fear he instills in your heart?
For life.
For life.
For life. Dollars, you got any parting shots?
Man.
Oh, my stuff froze up.
So we are 100 days from college football jump off. I know I do this at the end of my every 2 minutes. But, man, I can't wait for the season to start. My boy Chris called me the other day, got me live. So he
just
talking to little Epps at church. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I can't wait. Can't wait.
So last but least, you know, it's me, Russ J, the Sports Plug. Hey, I'm going to give a shout out. You know what? I'm going to give a shout out to the Hoopers, man. If you hooping and you hoop like you want to win, shout out to you. And shout out to Deontay Wilder because I'm watching that fight and I hope he knocked the fuck out that man he boxed just for my entertainment. Watch the last episode of Game of Thrones. Bran's probably going to be king. I'm going to bet that.
Hey, don't dang, bro. Jesus. Somebody might.
You know what I'm saying? And other than that, you know what I'm saying? Keep watching the Sports Plug. We're going to get back with you. We're going to try and keep it on a weekly basis. So stay with it. Like Chace said, football season is coming. College football season is coming. So I know, Bshaw. College football.
Weekly.
College. Well, I said try, nigga, try. College
what
football
is that? Hey, can you imagine your job telling you, hey, we can pay you bi-weekly.
It's a struggle in these streets. Hey, but like Chace said, shout out to college football coming in 100 days. Y'all will realize the beef that lives in this chat when college football starts, but you know, we'll wait to that to go. But other than that, you know, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. To those listening to the podcast, thank you. To those watching us on YouTube, hey, stay with it. We love you, Sportsplug. We out. Holla.